All right, let's get started. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today, and welcome to our first quick hit series of 2023. If you haven't joined one of these quick hits before, they're 15 to 20-minute webinars that are designed to give you just a quick rundown of a timely recruiting and hiring topic. So this series is going to consist of 3 webinars, all designed to show you how to drive better outcomes within Hireology. And today we're going to cover how to drive applicants within the system. So with that, let's get started. My name is Mary Fries. I'm one of the strategic customer success managers at Hireology. I help customers primarily in the healthcare space and other verticals as well, get the most out of our platform. So a lot of these people in the chat, you look familiar, so hello. And before we dig into tips and tricks, I just want to give you a little overview of the current lay of the land when it comes to applicant sourcing. So at Hireology, we recently surveyed about 1,000 employers across all of our verticals. And we found that by and large, employers are using a good mix of different channels to drive applicants. So job fairs, school partnerships, general job boards, and referrals all stand out as top sources of volume. And no single source dominates the field here. Same story when we ask which channel drives the highest quality hires. You get a good mix of referrals, job fairs, school partnerships, and job boards. Now let's switch perspectives and take a look at where applicants say they're finding jobs. So those past 2 slides were employers. Now this is geared towards applicants. And this chart is based on a survey of applicants we conducted in April of 2022. And when we asked where they typically start their job search and where they ended up finding their most recent job, you do get a decent mix here as well. So although job boards dominate when it comes to the job search starting point at 47%, you do see that a lot of people found their most recent job and kind of on a mixed basis here. So we're seeing that people actually found their jobs on referrals or through referrals, job boards, LinkedIn, and other sources. So what are these charts telling us in general about sourcing candidates? The main takeaway is that a multi-channel sourcing strategy is crucial. So in other words, you can't put all of your eggs in one basket. How does Hireology help with this? Well, if you are familiar with how our platform's set up, we tend to bucket our built-in tools into these 3 categories: attract, hire, and manage. And that's what we're going to focus on today, the attract bucket. Which is where all of Hireology's tools for sourcing applicants exist. And I want to dig into these 3 tools within our applicant pillar. By and large, they're going to drive the biggest chunk of your applicants. That's job board distribution, text to apply, and employee referrals. So starting with job board distribution, a quick overview of how this works within Hireology. A lot of you are probably familiar, but basically when you post within Hireology, those jobs are pushing into the organic feeds into sources like Indeed, LinkedIn, Google, ZipRecruiter, Glassdoor. And when we push those jobs out, all of the applicants are coming straight back into Hireology. It's simplifying that posting strategy so that you're not posting ads in all of these places yourself. You're posting one centralized ad in Hireology. It's pushing out everywhere else. So let's talk about best practices when posting our jobs. And these best practices are geared towards making sure that your posting is optimized or search engine optimized so that it appears towards the top of the search results in the organic feeds. So we suggest, I guess there's a couple of suggestions. We say for job descriptions, format them using the following format: job title, job summary, compensation, which those of you familiar with the Hireology platform, there is a section for compensation, but we also suggest adding it to the job description. Indeed, currently, for example, they prioritize postings that include compensation within the job description over those that don't. So make sure that's in there. Then move on to benefits, responsibilities, requirements, and then end it off with a company blurb and an EEO statement. This formula or way of organizing your job descriptions is proven to help with search engine optimization and making sure that your ads are going to appear over others who aren't using as great of a format. And I think something else to note here, we want to make sure that we are crafting our job descriptions to be more like job ads. I think there's a really big difference between a job ad and a job description. We want to market why we're such a great company to work for and what's in it for the applicant. You know, it's definitely an applicant's economy right now. So making sure we're using that lens rather than, you know, listing out every single responsibility or requirement. So try and keep that section where we're talking about our must-haves to about 5 bullet points or so. Then when it comes to the job title, keep it between 1 and 3 words. It should appear as it appears on a business card. Make sure that you're not including any $signs, exclamation points, special characters, sign-on bonuses. All that stuff should go in the job description. And not just because it helps with SEO or search engine optimization, but because job boards have stringent rules that you need to follow to make sure that your jobs aren't going to be flagged and taken down. And then let's see, so consider sponsoring at this point as well. So if you're doing all these things right, your job descriptions look great, your titles look great, but we're still not seeing the applicant flow that we need. You can always explore the sponsorship options, and we are happy to help walk you through what those options look like. And then we're going to walk through on the next page this automatic job refresh feature, but we can use this to make sure that we are refreshing our jobs on at least a 60-day rolling cycle to make sure that our ads are coming up towards the top of the search results. Most frequently asked question is, can we refresh ads sooner than 60 days? We are no longer recommending that. A 60-day refresh cycle is recommended by Indeed and some of the other job boards. So to remain in compliance with that, this refresh button that's within Hireology now, you'll see here, when you open a job, it'll default to include that job refresh within the job. So if you want to do this after the fact, let's say you decide not to put it on a refresh, or if any jobs that were already in the system before this rolled out do need to have this refresh enabled, if you click that button, it will let you know the next refresh window. So it's in 60-day increments. This button won't refresh, but make sure it's turned on when you can, just so that we can keep you fresh on the job boards. So the next tool on our attract pillar that I want to dig into is text to apply. With text to apply, candidates can quickly apply to jobs by either texting apply to the phone number that's provided or by scanning a QR code. And the QR code is really cool. I don't know why I didn't think it was going to work like this, but when you scan it, it opens a text message on your phone and populates that word apply. So it's as simple as just pressing send. Then a chatbot will do all of the heavy lifting for you. It'll ask first name, last name, and email address, then put them into a job within Hireology. So it allows you to boost applicants from in-person recruiting channels such as flyers, print advertisements, just by making applying to your open roles as simple as sending that text. So again, key functionality includes the phone number and QR code generator within the Referrals platform. You do need to be a Hireology Referrals customer to access this. If you are not currently a Referrals customer and you want to be, reach out to support@hireology.com and we can help you out and talk through what those options look like. This also offers a synced insights reporting to measure effectiveness of this recruiting channel, and also access to a super cool free flyer generator. So you see it on the left-hand side, allows you to put your logo. You can edit the verbiage in here. So It's as easy as setting up your phone number, adding that QR code, and then you can start hanging these around. Best practices for the text to apply function or use cases. So this is best used for lead generation. We want to make it really, really easy to engage in your hiring process and get into your funnel. So place signage in high traffic areas, bus stops, grocery stores, your waiting room, really anywhere where someone might be passing by and would want to apply to a job quickly. So you're going to open an internal job within the Hireology platform, and you're going to want to assign a hiring manager that can work these leads and see where they might be a good fit within your company. You're going to want to aim to contact all text to apply applicants within 1 day. And then you want to transfer. So once you've had a chance to engage, you're going to want to transfer those applicants into an appropriate job, and then try and work them within that hiring process and bring them through within 7 days. All right, so just onto the employee referral platform where the text to apply lives. Our built-in employee referral management tool allows you to send internal campaigns via text and email to drive employees to submit referrals. So this includes a chatbot that allows you to gather referrals and input them into the system easily. So from there, you can keep track of the candidate like you would any other, and then track bonus payout amounts and due dates. So on this screen, you're going to see the campaign functionality that allows you to customize messages internally, asking employees to share referrals for specific roles, or even in general, all your roles. Same functionality here with email. You do have a little more flexibility on including multiple jobs, social share links, and just tweaking this messaging a little bit more than the text. So that's one benefit of the email. We do see really great engagement from the texts though. So if you are a current Employ-Us customer, or I'm sorry, Referrals customer, make sure you're leveraging the texting function. I see that casual messaging that mentions a dollar amount gets really great engagement. So I would start there. So then when an employee chooses to submit a referral, you'll quickly see on the right, they are sent to a chatbot where they can easily input the information of their referral. So they don't have to download an app. They don't have to do anything special. It's as simple as clicking on the Refer Now button in your email or text advertisement. They'll be directed to this chatbot, fill in a couple fields, and then the system will even contact the referral for you and prompt them to take next steps. On the laptop on this left-hand side, you'll see how it looks from your end, so this is going to allow you to keep track of your referrals, who submitted them and when, and then also help you with tracking bonus payouts, who needs to be paid, when do they need to be paid, and this all interlinks with your Hireology account. So, as soon as you're pressing hire, it's going to submit the that information over here and help with the tracking. So best practices here. What's really great about referrals is you can track the performance of the messages that you send out, whether it's through text or email. You can even track performance of flyers, text to apply, the QR code generator. And what we encourage you to do is experiment with different messages and channels, because you can see that performance. So if you see something really resonates with your employees, try doing more of that and play around with the different types of mediums that we have in there, and see what works best for your particular company. And then you can use Hireology referrals to actually customize bonus payouts and payout schedules. So let's say you offer a higher bonus amount for a particular role. And even if you want to do that temporarily, let's say you're really struggling to hire for a particular role, you can set it up in the system so that you can have a higher payout for that role. And then we can have a standard bonus for all other roles. The system is really, really flexible. So I would, if you are a current customer, I would definitely play around with that. Let's see. And then, so social sharing, whenever my customers send out either texts or emails to their network, encouraging them to share to social media, it goes gangbusters in there. They get tons of referrals off of those. It takes one employee to share it out to Facebook. I've seen one person who's done that and had 10 referrals come off of just that one share. So it's a really powerful tool that you can utilize in the system. And I think we can definitely do more of it. And again, if you're not a referrals customer and you want to be, we can help you set all of this up, give you recommendations on these best practices, and help you leverage the system to generate applicant flow. So I think a couple other things I want to hit on with the referrals piece. So there are so many different ways to leverage this system. When we acquired this company a couple years ago, it's primarily a referral software that really is going to help you leverage your current staff to via text and email to generate referrals. And then also that tracking piece, who to pay, when, and who's referred who. We realized quickly that the email and text functions within the platform are very powerful and can be used for a lot of different uses. So you can even upload a list of past applicants, send out a campaign, and encourage them to engage within your hiring process. I have customers using this to send out just notifications to their entire network, not including like a call to action or link to refer or anything, just announcing something. I had another customer use this during that big hurricane that came through Florida. They used the system to send a text to all of their current staff, letting them know the locations are going to be closed. Here's the plan of action. Here's a link to emergency resources. And the system is definitely moving into that talent relationship management piece of things. So many things that you can use this platform for. I love it. If you work with me, you probably hear me preach about it all the time. So yeah, I think at this point, let's open it up for questions. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. We also have, let's see. Nope, there we go. All right. Of course, if you are a current Hireology customer and you need kind of one-on-one support, you can always contact support at hireology.com. Or if you have a dedicated CSM that you are working with, reach out to them. If you're not sure who that is, you can, of course, reach out to support. We'll get you to the right place. But yeah, any questions, throw it in the chat. Happy to help. All right, we've got somebody typing regarding the texting announcements. Do the text messages have a max? That's a great question. On the referrals platform, there is not a, at least, you know what? I don't want to give a definitive answer. I have not hit a max yet. I've sent out a text to thousands of people at a time in the platform, and all is well over there. So I know in Hireology, you can only send 100 at a time, just because that's the page max view. We don't have a limit on text messages in the Hireology platform either. In the referrals platform, you can send basically a message to your entire list at one time. Characters. I haven't hit a max there either, but I would recommend keeping it short and sweet. It depends on who you're marketing to. If it's your current employees, I'd say we keep it short and sweet so that we don't lose them. Same thing with potential applicants. Oh, and I see on the chat, I was looking at the Q&A section, but then also on the webinar chat, we have, do we designate our own phone number or can you assist us in getting that? The phone number is generated by the Employ Us system. or the referral system. So once you have access to it, you'll go into the text to apply portion, you'll enable that, and it'll generate a couple phone numbers to choose from, but you cannot pick your own. And then for the scan code or the QR code, so QR codes are generated within the referrals platform as well. There's a couple options. The text to apply that can be generated with the text to apply section. Once your phone number is enabled, you'll answer a couple questions and it'll generate a QR code for you. There's also a QR code section should you want to be able to generate QR codes for custom links for that referrals chatbot, and a couple other options. That system's pretty flexible and allows you to track how many people are actually scanning the QR code, and any applicants or anybody that's coming off of those QR codes. We have another question. Why does Indeed recommend 60 days for a refresh? Posting tends to get buried after that period of time. That's a great question. We worked with our reps at Indeed, and this is the time period that they are now coaching their customers to refresh on. And I think I've heard them even say up to 90 days sometimes. I think that they're changing things over there a little bit. So we just try and keep up with their best practices and some of our other partners, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, on their refresh cycle recommendations as well. But you know what? Every area is different. I would recommend, if you need more assistance there, want recommendations for your account specifically, reach out to that support@hireology.com email address and request an account review. We can get somebody on the line with you, just looking through your account and making recommendations that are specific to you. All right. Well, again, thank you all so much for attending. We really appreciate it. I hope you got something out of this today. And should you have any other questions or need any assistance with your Hireology account, contact that support@hireology.com email address. We are always here and happy to help. Thank you so much.